first, Mike and Rick, I just want you all to tell us how you've been doing with everything that's going on.
Man, I think I've been doing okay, man, you know, for the most part. You know, lately I've been getting a little restless. I'm just not used to not traveling, not performing, you know, not seeing my brothers out there. My wife is happy that I'm home a lot. But I've been doing okay. I mean, we have everything we need. We're safe. We're healthy. We have all our provisions. So I guess in the grand scheme of things, it's still got a lot to be grateful for.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. What about you, my brother?
Man, it's good. I just been home, close to the crib last couple of months, and my biggest task was helping my kids understand they were going to see each other every day and that their friends can't come over. That was the hardest adjustment. I realized for myself personally, I didn't realize how tired I was, just physically and mentally, and just to be able to have that break. I mean, nobody not wants to work to make a living, but sometimes you need a mental break.
Yeah.
And I think this time off made families and people come together because everyone's so used to going in different directions every day, to know that at this point, there's nowhere for you to go if you obey them by the guidelines. So, you know, unfortunate that what has happened with folks with the COVID and folks that we lost, and trying to get the answers and trying to get the right, you know, medicine and stuff to help cure this issue.
Yeah.
And I think us in the entertainment part, I think in terms of entertaining people with Versus and what you're doing and what the funkfesttv.com is about to do, is we're just doing what we do naturally, man. You can't put us on the bench too long before Black folks start to activate. That's just in our nature, you know?
Yeah, most definitely. Before we talk about what you guys are doing tonight, I had to bring up what is happening, or what has happened in Minneapolis. It seemed like so many African Americans are being killed senseless. And I just want to know what's going through your mind after hearing about another death, with the recent death of George Floyd that just recently took place in Minneapolis. How you feeling about that? This is crazy, right?
It's
Man,
go ahead, Red, if you want it.
No, I was just gonna say, you know, for me personally, it's like watching something like, it's hard for me to watch. Like it hurts. Like, and I'm a guy that's like, you know, when it comes to TV, I can watch crime and death shows like all day. But when it comes to real life, man, and watching that, like personally, I can't watch it. Like I can't sit there and just, you know, watch a man being murdered, you know, and the pain of seeing that and the helplessness of seeing that, you know, not being able to like physically do anything about that, you know, in the moment. It's hard to watch. It's so unfair. And, you know, and I just pray, and, you know, at that as a society, man, as people, man, that we could figure out a way to come together, man, to so our voices can be heard, you know, so that this doesn't just become or continue to stay a part of the norm. It's like, you know, we know every year, you know, we're going to see this, and we have been, you know, throughout our lives, at least since social media. And it's like, this can't continue, you know, to be the norm, man. And I pray, man, that, you know, with God's help, that we can come together and figure out a way, man, to end this senselessness.
Yeah. What you thinking, Mike?
I'm thinking that years ago when brothers was picked up and put in the back of a paddy wagon, that ride from where you got picked up in the train station, that's where the Billy Club went to work on you. And then when you got there, they said you resisted. And that was an era where we didn't have camera phones. I think the reason why it's getting any daylight attraction is the power of where we are in today in technology. Because now we don't get to fight and march and scream because we're waiting for justice. Now the justice is right there on camera. But the problem is the judges and the juries and this, that, and the third, and a few other cases prior to this, they let the officers walk. And I think now it just doesn't look right that a police officer can't just pick a man up that's handcuffed, put him in the car, whatever his offense is, whatever it is, committed, or did the crime ever get committed? We don't know because we weren't there. But the crime we saw committed was your foot on his neck and you had a gentleman saying, yo, he can't breathe, he can't breathe. It don't get no realer than that, man. That man was fighting for that man's life.
Exactly.
And it's just like his voice wasn't being heard. So it's the power to the camera, you know?
And just to piggyback what you just said, I don't know if you all have been seeing what Will Smith said, but he said racism isn't just getting worse, it's just getting filmed. It's always been here. So it's just really getting filmed, you know, and it seems like there's an invisible target on our back, and everyone is a target. Everyone is a target, you know, and it's crazy, man. It seems like that we are viewed as animals, and that's how we are being treated. You know.
But the conversation from the top is, you know, anything goes. So that cop felt like what he was doing, he was empowered, or he had the right to, because that's what's coming from the top. And if his attitude was more about doing the right thing instead of doing whatever you feel you could do, then we wouldn't have saw what we saw in Georgia and all of Baltimore and all of the other places. But these people feel like it's okay, because it really does look like it's crime on black people, because we don't have a videotape of somebody white being smothered with their knee from a white police officer. I mean, hell, when money ran up in the church, South Carolina, no one put a foot to his neck. And he took people out worshiping. It gets no worse than that, you know? So it's not fair, you know, and injustice to just to go to jail, okay, but somebody else is going to do it again, like Rick said. You know, it's just the power of the phone, like Will Smith said. And it starts from the top, man. It just starts from the top. The message is wrong.
Yeah, the message is all wrong, man. But I want to say, man, I thank God that you guys are doing what you're doing, especially tonight, because everybody's feeling a certain way today about what they've been seeing on the news and what's been happening in Minnesota. But you guys have a way of bringing everybody together and making people forget about what's going on around the world and their homes or whatever the case may be, even with COVID-19. And you coming tonight to Atlanta doing a garage concert series entitled BBD Cares. Can you tell us a little bit about that? That's at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's a virtual concert. I think the concept is so dope, but I'm gonna let one of y'all take it.
Rick? Slick? Maybe his reception is off. What it is we formed a partnership with Funk Fest, Leo Bennett, and of course Ramon's on here too, and Brooke Payne. We formed a partnership with great people that are doing great things, and we were trying to figure out a way to entertain people and also, you know, do a fundraiser to help people, to show them that we care through our entertainment, you know. And Funk Fest doesn't have their festivals. We're not on tour. So it was great to come together. Now we have a live stream situation where you could donate $2.99 or whatever you choose, and the proceeds will go to different places for the COVID-19, man. And I think that performing in the garage is where people go, man, when they want to jam out, rock out, leave the crib, feel like you're just getting some space with the acoustics. And that's basically what it's going to be tonight, man. Just an acoustic situation, a la like Microsoft and the rock bands. And we're just going to do it hip-hop and R&B with our good brothers, Jagged Edge, man. And we hope to show people that when we come together during the toughest times, we could create some dope shit. And this is really beautiful because this week is us, and in 2 weeks to somebody else, or the next week, then the next week, 2 weeks, however we flip it from 1 week to two, according to the powers that be, that you'll see two more artists. And it's not a battle, you know, it's just great music, great entertainment with a little more space than the living room, man. FunkFestTV.com, you know, your home of BBD and Jagged Edge tonight. And tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. This is where you want to be tonight at 9 o'clock.
And you guys are performing in a garage that has been transformed into a performance place. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, it's like we're taking it back to, you know, how we used to rehearse back in the day. You clear out whatever space you can to take the cars out of the garage and move the junk around and we're making it happen that way. So it's going to be real interesting. Like Mike said, it'll be our first time doing it. But this is something that we're going to continue, the Garage series. Like every 2 weeks, you know, you'll see a different artist come on and perform for another charity of their choosing. And we hope it's something that'll take off, man, and that'll, you know, hopefully one day we'll take it to TV. And, you know, we just hope it's something that we can continue.
Yes, blessings.
You know what's crazy, man? Well, first of all, I got to tell you all, y'all look like y'all still in y'all 20s and early 30s. That's crazy to me. I'm looking at Mike, and he's up here looking like he's 30 years old. He got his do-rag on, and I'm looking big. I'm in
the backyard working, man, trying to get something together, sweating like a horse out here, man. Looking at Rick, he looked like he in the car in AC, man. He looking good.
Right.
You look like
you were Jizzy.
Jeff, we in here masked up.
I see y'all look like y'all headed to the hospital. Cory over there with that crust burgundy, man. I see you.
Right.
I got your jacket. I had your jacket and hat on standby. I was ready, man. But listen, I want to talk about, you guys have several hits, have several gold and platinum albums. But there is one song, I don't care where you play it at, people gonna stop what they're doing, and they're gonna make their own dance floor if there is no dance floor. I was in Waffle House, and I go to Waffle House because I can play my music. And there's one song that I always play, and it's Poison. And I don't care if it's white, black, old, or young. When I put that money in it, I'm picking Poison. And as soon as I say, dun, 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 some people go crazy. Why do you think Poison has stood the test of times? It is iconic. You can't put a time frame on Poison.
Man, I think for the time that it came out, you know, we were ushering a new era, a new sound of music. And for us, when we heard the 8-track of it, and it just kind of spoke to us like, this is the signature of what we're all about. You know, we've been bred in R&B, you know, but we love hip hop and we love to dance. And that song, man, just spoke to our souls. So we knew that it was going to be the signature Biv DeVoe song when we heard it, and definitely when we recorded and mixed it. So, man, I don't know, but honestly, we had no idea that 30 years later, man, that it would stand the test of time. And, you know, it's getting played at the 21 and over clubs, you know, and at the anniversaries of the 50 and older, man. So there's no way in the world that you could plan that type of sustaining power, man. We were just having fun. We were doing what we loved. We had to fight our label to allow us to do the video. And
you know, I love New Edition, but it's something about when BBD start doing their own thing. You know, it's like, I don't know, I can't even put it in words, but when BBD is up, you already know. It's like y'all swagged out, y'all coming dressed, y'all coming to party. Nobody can sit down while y'all performing. And the crazy thing about it is, like I just told you all, not only have the songs stood the test of times, it's like you guys sleep in refrigerators because y'all still look the same. Y'all still look young. And that's crazy. You can't say that about every artist. Do you guys feel like that, not just with the music, but the whole swag, your whole presence play in the part of why you guys have been so successful?
I think, honestly, man, I think God knew we was going to experience some ups and downs. I think everything is already in divine order. And I think Poison was a record so that me, Ron, and Ricky, no matter what we went through, home or on the road or in the music business, we could have a life jacket to survive.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay? Because a hit record is considered a one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
A hit album is considered a classic. And the Poison project itself is a classic because it wasn't just the music, it was the marketing of the clothes, which you can see in Crisscross, TLC, Jodeci, ABC, and all of the other groups that wanted to dress a little more rugged with the boots and all of that. That was an influence that was from the culture and the vibe that we were putting out there. And then we had elements of hip hop with the graffiti, which is all of the things that make you have lasting power and make you innovative and make you different. And the reason why we could sit here today to do this COVID-19 relief is because people know if it's coming for us, it's real.
Yeah.
And we care because we only perform. We do what we do. We don't ask for much. Now we just putting ourselves on the line. We're traveling because we're doing it for somebody else. And that's also a part of the blessing of BBD why we're still around is because when it was time for us to do it for the other people, the people that sustain us, we're always on the front line. When Obama and Michelle needed us, we're there. When BET needs us, we're there. When the Hoods needs us, we're there. We always take the call. When Timberland and Swiss Beats did their versus battle at Summer Jam New York, we was there when they were first getting it off the ground. So we move with the music, but we also move with the fact that, man, we've been here for a long time, bro, and we put some work in, man. We're landmarks to this game, man, and we try to move with prestige and we try to move with clarity. But more importantly, we old enough, we 50 plus, and we rocking with the word humanitarian now. That's what we stand for.
Yeah.
That's right.
You guys are celebrating 30 years being in the business, and I know you probably have some great things planned, but because of the current situation, you may probably have to alter some of your plans. But do you have, is this what you're doing tonight? Is this part of the celebrating of 30 years being in the business? Is this what's kind of kicking off of you guys giving back?
I mean, every time we perform at this point on, for us, it's a celebration. And for us, it's not like, you know, when we perform, like our attitude is basically to our fans, to people that have been supporting us for 30 years. It's just our way of saying thank you, really. You know, and we just want to, you know, we've been on the phone with our, you know, managers and agents or whatever, just trying to figure out a way that we can continue to help out and give back in some kind of way. And, you know, with this performance and what we're doing is, I mean, we couldn't think of a better way to do that. So, of course, it's always a celebration. It's always a party, but it's a party with a purpose tonight.
Right.
So we want to just thank everybody who's contributing, who's joining us, and it's going to be exciting, man. It's going to be fun to, this is our first one since the pandemic. And, you know, we're a little nervous about it. We don't want to have any technical difficulties or anything like that. We want the sound to be hot. And, you know, it's just going to be, we're just looking to have a lot of fun, man. And we're just grateful to be in a position and have an opportunity to do that.
Yeah. I want to say this to you all as well. I know I got to let y'all go. But I think another reason why you guys have been so successful and will continue to be so successful because you're just nice guys. You're just humble. Your humility match your gifts and your talents. And I'm gonna tell you something that Mike, you did that I don't even know if you knew, but I saw y'all somewhere. It wasn't New Edition, but it was BBD with Bobby Brown. And I was sitting outside the dressing room.
Wow.
And I was depressed mentally. And you came over, Mike, and you brought the guys over. Come on, let's take a picture.
Right.
And man, it just blew me away. I was like, did this guy just see, he feel that I was going through and I need some positive energy around me? That's the type of guy that you are. Every artist is not like that.
And I want to say this. I looked at you and we know you as a brother, as a friend, and I could feel your spirit. And all we wanted to do was to hug you and let you know we love you. But that same spirit, and I said this on my social media, is that people don't realize in this closing, we would say this, is that even with Rick, not just because he's on the call, because he's not talking about this enough, but when you look at the transformation of Bobby Brown and his clarity and his commitment to changing the direction of his life and taking that leap to go where he needed to go, it started in the dressing room with RBRM telling him, Bob, this is what you have to do in order for us to work together because we love you. But somebody had to hold his hand and walk him through. And Ricky Bell is a part of the spirit that's making Bobby Brown shine the way that he's shining when you go on his page and you look at that beautiful smile. that is as clear as he's been in a long time. And I just wanted to say, that is where we got BBD Cares, because we move it all the way around.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
That's right.
Wow.
Amen.
I'm gonna tell you, Rick, you know Mike very well. Mike can make you feel like you $1 million that got $5 for your
Right,
right.
He just
But
got
it's real.
man.
But it's real.
He's my greatest hype man
Yes,
ever,
it's
man.
real.
Right?
But you know why though? You know why? Because in our culture, Slick,
Yeah.
Cory, Cash always want to be Superman, but everyone's not Superman.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't do everything. You
Right.
gotta have other people that do great things. And when you smart enough to rock with other people that do great things, you win championships. And that's why we're still a group, is because we know each other's role. And sometimes you shouldn't have to beat your chest. You should let your flower be watered for you. That's what life is all about. You give to receive. And anybody that just want to harbor all of their greatness, something ain't right in with them, man. And Rick gives me my props. I give Ron his props. Ron gives me my props. We don't have that problem in BBD. We just pour that water and everybody get their flowers, man. Period.
Amazing, man.
There you go.
That's what I love about y'all, man, because I just see so much brotherhood in there. And you guys are just positive brothers, man, that have influenced. Everybody may not ever tell you that, but it's just crazy. You know, we got 3 minutes, so they told me I got 3 minutes. Listen, the new edition biopic was so successful. Will there be a DVD biopic? Will there be one?
Here you go.
Right.
Will there be one? Will there be a DVD biopic?
As we rocking with 3 minutes left with Cory on Vibe. Rick, are we gonna take him to the movies? What we gonna do?
Let's go. Come on, man. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes, we gonna tell some stories. We gonna peel some layers.
Right.
We gonna represent hip hop and yeah, man. We think it's time. See, we think it's time. Why not, man?
It is time. It is time. There is a rumor that New Edition may reunite in the future. Is there any truth to that rumor?
Absolutely.
The clarity.
You heard it.
Yes.
Absolutely,
Cory.
It will be a reunion.
Yes. When we hang up, we about to call Cash right now and tell them, yo. Yeah, we about to call them right now. We're gonna hit them on the text, group text.
Right.
Yes.
Last question for you all. There are so many people going through so many things, and what you guys are doing is so important to the culture, but for music, period. What would you say to someone that's watching this interview and needs some words of encouragement? They don't know how they're going to make it mentally, financially, some even physically. What would you say to them? What would you say to them?
I think the best advice I could give right now, you know, based on my own experience, you know, there comes a time in your life where it doesn't matter like what level you're on socially, how rich you are, how smart you are, how famous you are. You know, there comes a time for all of us, you know, when we're not leaning on our own strength. You know, we get to just lean on each other because we really are all in this together. We can lean on each other and we really can trust God. You know, there's not much that we have to figure out, you know, or really have to do, man. We just have to keep our hope, you know, not lose our sanity. We got to stay in prayer, stay in meditation, keep encouraging each other, helping each other in whatever way that we can. And for all of us, like I said, it doesn't matter what your status is. We all have to trust God right now.
Yeah. Tonight, BBD and Jagged Edge is rocking the Garage Series at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You need to tune in and make sure you support my brothers, man. It's been an honor. I feel like I'm talking to family. I really do. I have so much respect for you all. And thank you all for taking time out to speak with me today. Ladies and gentlemen, BBD. You guys take care.
Cory, thanks, bro.
Thanks to you.